Hello, everybody. This is Twyla from Turkish Towels. We can wave. You can do whatever. Hope you're all having a good day. Wow, sessions have been really great so far, and I hope you've learned lots of things. I know I have. So my topic for the first session is why and what is the heck do they mean by organic, sustainable, and Towelgevity? And, and I came up with this because so many people have been asking me, what does that really mean? So, since we are the makers of our towels, we are a company that we grow the cotton, we pick the cotton, we manufacture. We have in-house people who actually make our towels. Sahar, who is the owner of our company, is a fourth generation weaver. Her husband is very mechanically inclined, and he created the actual machines that we do our stitching and our weaving on. In fact, other companies want our machines really badly. So anyway, so what we're going to talk about is why would you want an organic towel? Part of why you want the organic towels is because that means they are chemical free. What happens so often when you get cotton grown all over the the world, it has had mercury, it's had what we call tannic acid in the ground. They've used chemicals to make things grow better. When you have organic, it means none of those things are there. Like I say, we do our own organic cotton because that's something that we really believe in. So what we want to do is we want to find cotton that is Turkish cotton, first of all. Turkish cotton is a longer fiber, so it means you have less what they call turns or ends to your weaving. So that means that there's not the places to get the little picks and stuff like that as easily. So then the next thing is kind of what organic is. Sustainable means that it's going to last longer. And why does it last longer? Because it's been made properly. When you make a towel properly, which a lot of places do, they just do them in a hurry. They want to be done. Let's get this towel out. Let's go boom, 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 boom. Let's get 100 dozen towels done. And then, if there's a problem, it's like, oh, well, and they'll sell them off to another company. We don't sell any of our towels off to other companies. Now, some of you I know have gotten towels from Costco. We do sell to Costco. They are one of our major customers. That's one of the reasons we do have the colors in Zenith. But sustainable is the fact that they are made in such a way that they'll last you a lot longer. Number one that we do is we leave more fabric on the sides of your towels. So that gives us a way to turn them. I realize you can't see my hands and I'm using my hands down here in my lap. But we turn the sides and we double stitch. So then they don't come apart. That helps them to last longer. Because they're made out of Turkish cotton, which is a better cotton to start with, they also withstand washing and drying many, many more loads. Sustainable means it's going to last you longer. And I don't know about you, but when I had my bed and breakfast, my towels lasted me 3 to 4 years. And somebody said, well, how did you do that? It took care of them. I had an innkeeper come up to me at the last conference and she said, well, I guess I finally have to order some towels. And I said, okay. She says, well, it's been 6 years. And she says, and mine are really still in pretty good condition, but I know I need some more. So that's what we do. So that's part of the sustainability, is that they'll last you a longer time. Now, what is this Towelgevity? That's a terminology that is fairly new, and it's new to the industry because we introduced it. And part of what I want to talk about is it's the proprietary, I'm reading this, so I don't want to get it wrong for you all, okay? It's the weaving and the production process that ensures a long-lasting, highly durable towel that you're not going to find anywhere else. It's the care and the attention that separates us from every other towel out there. And like I said before, our company is owned by a woman. She is the fourth generation weaver, and her knowledge and her family are just absolutely amazing. So one of the things we do is Towelgevity also talks about the raw materials. The raw materials is the Turkish cotton. So that's what we need. So then it also goes, the Towelgevity also talks about, and oh, here we go, Campbell House, you got yours. You say that they're fluffy. How are you? And they're over 10 years old. Isn't that amazing? So one of the things we do also is the design process. Part of that design process is making sure that that towel is square or, you know, oblong. Have you ever gone to the store and you get a towel and it after you wash a couple times, it's kind of what I call cattywampus a little bit? Well, when you have that cattywampus, it's because they didn't take pride in what they're doing, and we do that. Okay, again, we have our own machinery. We're the ones that make it. We want it to be right. And then we also do an absorbency test. If we have a batch of towels, and a batch of towels for us is an awful lot of towels, way more than you have in your bed and breakfast. But we go through and we test them for like absorbability. And if they don't have the right absorbability, that whole batch is eliminated. We donate towels to like a humane shelter type thing, but it's the idea that those things are made so that they're good for you. Okay, we do the quality testing. You know, somebody said, well, what do you do with quality? Well, it's like, do they hold up? Do they do well? Are they going to last you a long time? Because that's the important thing. We want these to last you a long time. And then we have a commitment to the sustainability. So if you have a problem with your towels, we want to know. And that's the thing that we like about that Towelgevity is the long lasting of what you have. We also, we kind of do this thing that we were pioneering in some of the towels. People wanted a lighter weight towel. Some people wanted a heavier towel. Some people want a fluffy towel. Some people want a flat towel. So we work very hard at making sure that we have those differences. The majority of the innkeepers will order what we call the Zenith towel. Zenith is our biggest seller. And I see you're shaking your head, yes, at Campbell House. And I know Paula does too. It is our most popular towel. And part of that, I had it as an innkeeper. I used it for 10 years in my inn. And then I quote unquote retired. I think it's called retreading. And now I work for the company, and that's the towel I sell the most of. And why is that? And it's just because it's our go-to, and we've been copied and copied and copied, and other people have towels similar to them. But just know that probably their standards of making the towel are not exactly the same as ours. Again, that goes back to our Towelgevity. It goes back to our sustainability. It's also part of what you do is if you put your hand down in the towel and rub it, it doesn't get a hole in it. Those are the important things. So we also want you to know that we have some new towels coming in, and I'm talking about that in actually the next session. But I just, I'm curious what you all are looking for in towels. That's how we kind of worked on the organic towels. We worked on the ones that aren't organic, and that basically means that there could have been some chemicals in the ground. I think you all know that when you get a white towel, it wasn't white to start with. It was kind of a gray color. And we do a process that takes that coloring out and makes them white, and then we dye them. They are dyed white. If you have a white towel, it has always been dyed. And somebody says, oh no, you don't do that. I go, yeah, we really do. We dye the towel. So that's the things that are important there. The other thing that, I mean, it's funny how I'm looking at the little clock and it's like, boy, that's not moving very fast. And I thought this would go, usually I run out of time. But I want you to be sure, if you have questions about your towels, be sure and ask me. I want to know, that if you have a problem, Or if you don't have a problem, we want to know. And I thank you that you all, you recommend to other people about towels. So again, the organic is there's no chemicals involved. There's no chemicals involved in our processing of the towels. You don't have to worry about it. There's one of the chemicals that's in a lot of the towels nowadays is arsenic. I went, arsenic? Why would that be? But it's in the ground naturally. So I think those are something that, you have to really watch for, is that if your towels are, wherever they're from, you need to know where they were grown. There's European cotton. There is Pima cotton. There's Pakistani cotton. Again, we go back to the long fibers of the Turkish cotton, which means there's just, as it's woven into the threads that make the towels, and they go up and down, as you can, then there's not as many what they call blends in it. The other thing is, if you get a pick in one of our towels, you can just cut it off. That's just like really easier. So, okay. All righty. You're asking a question. What do I recommend for the dryer? Hold on just a minute. Let me pull up the conversation here to see if it will go. No, come on. Well, it's not letting me see it now. You asked about whoops. No, I'm really bad. You asked about dryer sheets, vinegar, whatever. When you do wash, that's part of my third part is the laundry. Never use fabric softener on your towels, because what fabric softener does is it's coating the fibers. And then it feels soft, but it doesn't dry as well. And we want you to get that good drying feel. And one of the things with Turkish cotton, the more you use them, technically the softer they get, unless you're not getting all the soap out. And that's one thing I always say to people, make sure you do 2 rinses. A lot of washing machines don't do that, but 2 rinses. 1 wash, 2 rinses. And most machines, you can set them that way. If you have a commercial machine, it will also allow you to do 2 rinses. Now, as far as somebody said, well, what do I use for like whitening and stuff? And again, I'll get to that in my third section a little more, but please don't use bleach on your stuff. Even in this virus situation, you can use peroxide. It is just as much a germ killer, but realistically, soap is the germ killer. I have a cousin who works in the science industry for one of the big producers of soaps and stuff, but that's not why he sells me, away from everything. That please know that your soap and your water are what kill your germs. And somebody said, well, you have to use a disinfectant. You're using soap and water. Have you seen doctors? They go and they wash their hands 3 or 4 times and they're ready to do surgery. They're disinfecting their hands. We're talking about disinfecting, not sanitizing. Sanitizing has to be done at a higher heat. But what we're working with the COVID virus right now is with linens, you need to sanitize. Whoops, I want to make sure I'm not doing it. Yeah, you're sanitizing. We're not disinfecting is hard surface. These terms are all new to me, needless to say. Paula, what are you eating? I have to laugh a little bit. One of the Zooms I was on yesterday with another group, there was a guy sitting there picking his nose. At least you're only eating. So anyway, so I just, I want you to know that again, where the Towelgevity is the long-lasting towels. The reason our towels last longer is because they're made better, and we want you to make things better. Better is good, okay? Turkish cotton all the time, and like I say, in my last one, I'll be talking a little bit more about the laundry end of it. But remember, please, no bleach. And I love Dirk to death, but his comment about using Tide, I just went, oh, no, because Tide has stuff in it that doesn't actually rinse out of your towels well. But, you know, there are others out there. If you use something that is baking soda based, it works better. Tide has some chemicals in it. And like I say, we have learned that it leaves things. Anybody using Amway, Amway has a great product. I think it's called SA8 still. I used to sell that eons ago. But there's a lot of others out there. And just because somebody says something is natural doesn't mean that it's not good. Please remember that. But again, we'll get into the laundry more in the very last section. But any other questions I have right now? We're kind of at our 20 minutes. We have a little bit of a 10-minute, not really a break, but we can do questions and answers. Does anybody have questions? And let me do this. I don't know how you can unmute yourselves, I believe, if you have a question. As I say, I don't know how to use all this stuff very well, but I will be glad to see if we can unmute everybody. I don't know how to do that, and I apologize. Any more questions that you can think of just offhand? I'm ready. Kevin, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, let me see if I can unmute you. How about now?
I'm here.
Pardon?
I'm here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. Where are you from?
Cincinnati, Ohio.
Ah, very good. And are you having laundry problems?
I am not. I'm not actually an inn owner at this point, just gathering some information.
Getting ready. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Well, send me an email, Twyla at turkishtowelcompany.com, and I will send you some samples. What a thought.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Twyla, can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, it's Patty Campbell from Ligonier. And I don't know if you saw, I've been a customer of yours since June 5th, 2006.
You've been around for a long time, and we thank you.
I've been in business 27 years.
Oh my gosh, that's wonderful.
The gentleman you just talked to, if he gets the samples, your towels are the best. I even give the colored ones as wedding gifts. But, you know, I mean, and the other thing is that I had a stain, a really bad stain, and one of your owners sent me something to take it off with, and when it didn't come off, they sent me 5 new washcloths.
Yep.
I mean, they're the best to work with.
Yep. Well, we try, you know. I mean, every once in a while, somebody has. I have to tell you one. I have one out in California, and she had gotten a brand new order of towels, and they were colored towels, and one of her employees used bleach on them.
Ugh.
Ruined them, needless to say. So, you know, we were trying to be kind to her, so we replaced some of them, but you kind of have to. So, okay, Paula, what were you eating?
Egg salad.
Oh, that sounds good.
Why are you she's sideways? How come?
You're sideways.
I don't know. I think it's the way I've got my things.
Is that what it is? The way you've got your phone? Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay.
Twyla, one other thing about hair color will come off of the white towels. Makeup is a different story because the oils and the makeup.
And one of the things, Dawn dishwashing liquid can be your absolute favorite friend.
My best friend.
Best friend, the blue one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And Miss Deborah, how are you?
I'm good. Twyla, how are you?
I'm great. What are you up to?
Well, walking a lot, not open. I'm in I'm in New York State on the Massachusetts border, which you may know because I buy your towels.
Yes, I know. It's nice to see all my faithful people here.
Yeah, I wanted to hear your cheery voice.
Oh, aren't you a sweetheart?
I've been closed since I was actually away in early March on a 3-week road trip to Florida. It's a good time to go away.
Oh,
It was before things seemed serious, but we were fine. We had the Clorox wipes with us in the car, and we're very
there you go.
And then got home and closed. So I've been closed. The inn's been closed since the beginning of March.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm just in the position of trying to figure out whether I dare open. But in New York State, we actually can't open until at least the middle of May.
I was going to say, because let's just be really honest, you guys are hurting for business, which means we're hurting for business.
Yeah.
No, you're not ordering towels.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my boss says to me, so why are you doing this workshop? I said, because I want to see some faces. I want to hear some voices. I miss you all. So, that's one of the things that I think is so important, is that we all do keep in contact and that we be supportive. I know there's some inns in Florida, very few, that are beginning to open, but it's only for necessary people. I don't know exactly what the essential
travelers.
Essential travel. Paula, are you open at all?
I've had just a few.
Okay. Yeah. And someone said if they had a regular customer that's coming,
right,
that and them, and they would be honest with you that they don't feel good. I mean, if you don't feel good, stay away from me. I think you all know I have a lung problem anyway, so it's just kind of one of those things that it scares me to death. One of my best friends from high school, son, just died on Monday night. He battled for 45 days. It was just so scary. Hi, Deborah. There she is.
Yeah, I thought I'd let you see me.
Yes, that's nice to see you. I like your teapots there in the corner. So
thank you.
Okay, I think we're getting up to getting ready for. Nope, I got 2 more minutes. So, do you all need to go grab a cup of coffee or something, and then we'll get started on the next session? Are we good?
What's the next session about?
The next one is on introducing a new towel that we've created for you all. It came out of, people keep talking, part of the organic that I was talking about, it kind of came out of a creation of people asking for things that could wash and dry quicker. And so that was of interest. And Shahar, again, she's the owner of our company. She's the 4th generation. And I keep saying that it's really cool to have a woman-owned business. And people say, does that make a difference? I said, yes, it does, because she's really smart. But now our factory has been closed. She lost an uncle, and the uncle's son, her nephew, to the COVID. So, it's hitting us between the eyes too. But they're getting ready, hopefully, to open up next week. They have had a major cleaning service in there, making sure everything is back up the way it needs to be before we have any problems with any production or anything.
Remind us where your factory is?
It's over in Turkey.
Oh, it is. Okay.
It's in Turkey. Yeah.
Okay.
This is global. This is all over.
Yeah.
And therein, it's a DENILIE. It's not Denali, but anyway, I can never pronounce it. That's like Shahar. She has this really cute little last name, and I can never pronounce it, so I just call her Shahar. And she doesn't pronounce my last name either, so we're on the same thing. So, okay, so why don't we get ready for are you ready to kind of listen for the new towels?
Sure.
Okay, this is a press release that we did just April 30th. The Turkish Towel Company, a luxury towel brand, announces today the launch of its newest sustainable, organic, Kind Earth towel. It is designed specifically for the hospitality industry. The Kind Earth towel helps hotels and inns reduce water, energy, and labor costs while enhancing the guest experience. And because organic cotton hasn't been processed with harmful chemicals, it feels softer and is more breathable than conventional cotton. And here's a quote: guests want to stay in hotels and inns that have sustainable practices in place. They want differentiated experience, and this towel is exceptionally soft and also GOTS, G-O-T-S certified. So it's kind to the earth when grown and produced. Okay, and I had to look up what GOTS meant, so you all know. Okay, it's a certification given, hold on, let me find my note. It's a certification that limits the use of toxic bleaches, dyes, or other chemical inputs during the production process of textiles. So, I mean, that's one thing Shahar is very firm on. Let's make it right. Okay, the rest of this is equally as important. Inns and hotels can also improve their carbon footprint significantly, as these are 420 GSM towels using less water and energy during laundering. Because they are a lighter weight, they can also wash more towels per load and dry them quicker, cutting labor costs. Kind Earth towels, we changed the name 3 times. So
What is the name of it?
Kind Earth towels are made using soft flex technology, using only premium organic long staple Turkish cotton from the Aegean region. The special spinning process gently fluffs and gathers the yarn, allowing air to pass through the fibers. This proprietary process delivers all the softness, comfort, and superior absorbency of a heavier towel. It also delivers the quick drying convenience that the Turkish Towel Company is the only brand using in this innovative technology. I have one of the towels. Da-da-da-da. You see, I'm in a bedroom. This is my office. I had a big window back here, so I had to put something up in front of it. So I'm using all my things from before. Okay, this is the new towel, and I'm going to hold it up because I want you to see that it has no dobby here. You know how some of your towels have the dobby here?
Mm-hmm.
And over time, lots of times, if we dry them in too dry a weather or too dry a dryer, that kind of shrinks up. But anyway, this is the new one. Again, it's double folded on the ends, on the sides, and on the ends. And it's just amazing what this towel does. We were sent a sample, and we were using these against like my regular Zenith towels. I have Essence that I like, and I have Essence that are a color that we no longer have, but I wasn't going to get rid of them. Anyway, so, but I'm amazed this dries in about a third less time than the other towels. Now, somebody asked, well, it's only a 450 GSM, which means it doesn't have as many threads per little square inch, but it's still real fluffy. And I'd love to send you all samples. And if you want a sample, send me an email at Twyla@TurkishTowelCompany.com, and I'll send you a sample, and then you can try them out. I think they'd be great for you to do that. The other thing that that I feel is important with the new towels is that like the drying time is shortened. And I don't know about you, but energy costs are going skyrocketing up. So if you can do something that makes them quicker to dry, the thing is it only comes in white. So if you're one of those that likes those colored towels, which I do too, but in fact, right now, I think you all know we sell to Costco, and Costco picks the colors out, so we don't get to pick those. But they had a big sale, and they oversold our inventory. So because the factory is closed, we have no colored towels until probably mid-July, because they've got to get them produced. And then you know how the old thing about the slow boat from China. Well, ours doesn't come from China, ours comes from Turkey, but it has to come over in the boat, and it takes about 4 to 5 weeks for the boat to get here, and then it has to process. And we've moved to Fletcher, North Carolina, which is better because there's a port not too far from where they are, and we get the towels a little faster. It also saves us money on shipping, so we can do. Now, this brand new towel originally we talked about would be wholesale $165 a dozen. But because we've moved our warehouses and because of the quantity we can do them in, they're going to be $140 a dozen, like the Essence and the Lexi. So
What
the bath
size?
towel's pardon?
What size bath towel?
The bath towel is the same big as the other one, as the ones you got. Same size. We always are very, very strong about making the same size.
30 by 56.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
And then the hand towels, 48 a dozen. I have to check my cheat sheet over here. The washcloth will be 22 a dozen, and the bath mat is 115 a dozen. We don't have bath sheets yet. Those are coming. So anyway, these are a great towel if you're going to do some new updating to towels or anything, and you want to save some money. It's a great way to do it. Now, someone said to me, well, I have a good supply of towels. Well, as you're getting ready to replace some towels, it's like maybe replace enough for 2 rooms. And you do those 2 rooms. It's like we've gone through this thing about we discontinued some of the colors. And someone said, well, what do I do? Well, the ones that you have, you use in certain rooms. But don't get 10 different colors. You know, when I first started my inn, I thought I was going to be so smart. I had a country Americana room, and I wanted red, white, and blue towels in there. And then I had a Miss Elizabeth's room, and she was a purple and aqua person. So I'd gotten purple and aqua towels. And then when I did my laundry, it was like, oh, dang, what was I thinking? So, we kind of say to people, if you're going to do a color, stick with one. And white, of course, is the easiest. We also have candlelight, but now this only comes in white. And part of that is because of the processing of it. We want to make sure that the cotton is well taken care of. The dye for white is different than the dye for all the different colors. And so there's nothing bad in the white dye at all. So those are things that kind of take care of. Okay. Hi, Wooden Duck Inn. How are you? Oops, they're not unmuted.
Yeah, well, I don't want to.
Hi, Wooden Duck Inn. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you?
We're good. Glad to have you join us. We're just kind of going through the new towel that we have. That's an organic towel, and it doesn't have any. It doesn't have the Dobie in it, so it won't crinkle up like a lot of other towels do. Ours don't, unless you dried them a little too hot on thing. But again, it goes back to, and you wash them just like you washed all the other ones. Again, they're organic. We want you to be sure that when you have organic towels that you take care of them. One of the things you also have to remember is when we're doing laundry, if you want to whiten them, you can use peroxide. Okay, don't use bleach, please. OxyClean is another one that's really good for that. The other thing, I think you all know the other thing that of course now I can't find it. The other thing we created was the black makeup washcloth. And I had one sitting right here, and now I can't find it. But I'll try to find it. Anyway, these are the things that, we create for you. And the reason we create them for you is because you're the innkeeper that needs them. If you have ideas on things that you need, let us know, because that's what we're here for. I think the other thing that's going to come out with this new fabric is going to be a new robe. And it's going to be like a terry looking robe, but it will be the lighter weight, so it won't take as long to wash and dry. I don't know about you, but when I first started, I had those big heavy terry robes. Oh my gosh. There we go. Thank you. I have it here somewhere. I was being so smart. And then, oh, here it is in my lap. Of course. I have black pants on, so I couldn't see it. Thank you. Here we go. And it comes up backwards, right? Does it look straight to you, or is it spelled backwards?
It's fine.
Okay. it's funny how you look at your, like I've had to learn to, since I don't do Zoom. This is my first time ever being on Zoom to be the one in charge. So, oops, have I lost you here?
You muted me.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Okay. So the black makeup washcloths, somebody said to me, so how do I know I'm getting them clean? If you're washing them in soap and you're washing them in body temperature water, they're getting clean. The other thing you need to remember is, one of the things I used to do is I took them and I put them in a soak of water, in a bucket of water, that I'd added a little bit of Dawn dishwashing liquid. You know, the blue pots and pans one?
Yep.
That's the one for grease. Now, when you get makeup stains on your white stuff, that's another thing that works really, really great. And if you get desperate and can't get a stain out, oh my gosh, I hate to say it, but Resolve carpet cleaner. Why does that work? I have no idea. So again, using, you know, softened towels, you can use vinegar. It works really great, but make sure it's white vinegar. I'll tell you a real quick little story. I had one of my customers called me one day and she says, I went to your workshop and I went home, you know, my towels just felt like sandpaper. And so I did what you said. I put them back in the washing machine and I put a cup of vinegar in the water and I ran it all the way through and there were suds everywhere, which basically that's showing that you're not getting your soap out. Anyway, so then she said, but I dried them and my problem is they're all kind of yellowy now. Is that what the vinegar does? And I said, no. And I said, so tell me about your vinegar. And she says, well, I just went in the kitchen and got the one out of my cupboard. I said, so what does it say on the label? And she says, well, it says apple cider vinegar. I go, hello. Then you can't use apple cider. So I try not to use those words, but just absolutely white vinegar. And I can say, if you have a washing machine that you have a line in or anything in this, and you watch it, and there's lots of suds, it's telling you you're not getting that soap out. 2 rinses, 1 wash, 2 rinses, body temperature water, and soap and water does get the germs out. I can say we've got, do you have a kitty cat there?
I do. Can you see her? Yeah.
What a cutie. Cutie. We're just being very casual today. I'm sorry, I don't have any of those fancy little things to show on the screen. I don't know enough how to do that. I guess it was all I could do to get on here. And they switched to me at the last minute. As you saw, I kind of came in late. Okay, so questions about the new towel at all?
Just say again, it's 100% cotton.
100%
It's organic.
Turkish, 100% Turkish cotton. Always, we won't make anything that's not Turkish cotton.
Okay, and organic.
Organic.
And a lower thread count. I guess
It is technically a 4. I mean, this is how new this is. Okay, it's a. Oh, I've lost my little. I have too many papers sitting here because I wanted to make sure I told you things right. Okay. It's a 420 GSM. Now, if you have our Zenith towels, they're 650. If you have the Lexi or the
yeah, I can't remember.
The
I can't remember
Essence, they're less than that.
So is it really just the fact that it's lighter, that it's drying quicker? It's not. I'm trying to figure out what's different about this.
Well, it's because it doesn't have as much. It doesn't have technically as much yarn in it.
Yeah. Okay.
But yet it's still. I'm amazed at it. When I first got it, I thought, you know, a little, sorry, but it was fluffy. I mean, because I only heard about it, and Bart would tell me about it. And you know, we have the Serene towels, and Serene are the real flat ones, and either you love them or you hate them. Let's just be honest. This one kind of comes in that same idea of not being. Not taking a long time to dry.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so it saves your electric bill or your gas bill, depending on how you dry. Most people seem to have electric dryers, but I don't know if that's true or not. A lot of the commercial ones, you have to have gas. Do you all have commercial washer dryer?
I have 2 washers and dryers, but they're the biggest ones I have, not commercial.
Okay, gotcha.
I don't have the height for the commercial.
Gotcha. Okay. When I worked in the hotel industry, we had commercial washing machines. And, part of me, I didn't like them because everybody stuffed them, way, way too full. And that's the thing. I was out in California with the Ace Hotel people, and they were having some laundry problems, and their towels were falling apart, and they were brand new towels. It was like, there was no reason for them to be falling apart. And what it was is they were overloading the machine, so then the towels couldn't move in the machine while they were being washed. And the spinners on the commercial machines is just like, whoa, my word, it's crazy. So like I say, when you're washing and drying, make sure you have enough space for it to, somebody says, well, I stuffed my dryer. I don't know about you, but when I get stuffed, I don't move very well. And the dryer's the same way if you put too much stuff in it. And yes, I use dryer balls. And we did have some dryer balls. In fact, we bought them from a bed and breakfast, and we just didn't sell enough of them, unfortunately. So, but anyway, any more questions, please?
I requested my sample from you.
Okay, did you send it to me already? Very good. I'm not playing that far with anything. Okay, so emails are great. Okay, Wooden Duck, did you have a comment or question?
Actually, I was wondering, you mentioned peroxide. How much would you say you would use per load?
When I did the peroxide in loads, usually like if you use a cup of bleach, okay, then you would use a half a cup of peroxide, because peroxide is that much stronger.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
And the other thing is, when people use bleach, they use too much. And Dirk had a really great comment in his workshop, is in order for bleach to really work, you have to have really hot water for it to work. Where peroxide, you don't. I used to do the thing about, people say to me, well, why would I use bleach? Well, it's very caustic. And I said, you wouldn't think of taking and taking a swig of bleach, but you could do that with peroxide. In fact, we have our dentist does a mouthwash thing that he tells us to use every once in a while, that you mix 50-50 with peroxide and add a little salt to it. And rinse your mouth out, and that takes care of all those fun little things. And so peroxide isn't as harsh,
right? But it's still effective.
Very effective. I used to do a thing when I had my in, is I would fill up a spray bottle. Those little spray bottles you get from like Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
They're $1. Fill it halfway with water and halfway with peroxide. So kind of a 1-to-1.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And if you have a bad spot, spray it on it instead of just putting it in,
right.
Instead of just putting it in the whole wash load, don't use chemicals you don't have to use. Right. That's what, one of the things that I kind of try to emphasize to people is please just use what you need. I have a cousin that works for a big name company that I have to be very careful because he gives me information and he would get fired in a heartbeat. But we have different last names, so it works out very well. But anyway, he says, we're in the business of selling soap.
Yeah.
So when you go and the things, you take the cap off your soap and you have the cup and it says to fill it to the top line for your washing machine.
Too much.
No. About half of it is all you need. It's very strong, and that's the other reason people aren't getting soap out of their towels, is you don't get that all out of that, because there's too much soap. And 2 rinses. Like I say, if you use less soap, you will find that your towels will actually end up getting softer in the long run.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
You're entirely welcome. Anything else?
Twyla, nice to see you.
It's
And we're
nice
gonna
to see
skip-
you. We're at about a little bit of a 10-minute Q&A or question, which we've kind of had. So I'll give you a little 10-minute break to grab a cup of coffee.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks,
And then we'll be
Twyla.
back here right on the hour.
Thank
All
you.
right?
Yep,
I
sounds
thank
good.
you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Good to
Don't
see
leave
you.
me, though. We'll talk about laundry at 3 o'clock. Okay? Okay, we're going to talk about the laundry and how to save some money, save some energy costs. The last session, we talked about the new towel that we have that is a little bit lighter weight, but it will dry in a third less time, which is like absolutely wonderful. A couple of things in talking about laundry. I think you all know that I make my own laundry detergent. And very honestly, I have a cousin who is involved in the industry of making soap. So he has said, I said, well, does my soap, you know, take care of germs and the coronavirus and all that? He said, Twyla, soap and water. So that is on linens, okay? And what we're talking about, we're not talking about disinfecting. We're talking about sanitizing. And that's the thing. Sanitizing is what you do with linens and fabric, soft stuff. Disinfecting is when it's a hard surface, like your countertops, you know, all that kind of stuff. So just so that you know what the difference is. And it's important that you don't, someone said, well, you have to use really, really hot water to kill the germs. No, you don't have to use, body temperature is how the germs come. Even with the virus, it's your body temperature. Now, I don't want to give you wrong information. If your health department is telling you that you have to use, you know, 140 degrees or 160 degrees or whatever, you do what they say to do for right now. Okay? And that's important. But, you know, I'll have to tell you, when we owned our restaurant and we had the bed and breakfast, I argued with my health department. And finally, you know, one of them finally saw the light, as we say. But at the hotel, you know, they told us we had to do all this stuff. Well, we ended up, you know.
It's being washed right now, yeah. Also, I'll put it over there. I've got the throw and the bedspread.
I'm sorry?
Pet towels.
Oh, okay. They left everything a mess.
Okay, I don't know who's talking, but
Twyla, can you just mute people so that we're not hearing?
I'm doing that right now. Okay, I was trying not to do that so that we could all participate. Anyway, so I talk mostly about towels, but also I'm really good friends with a couple people at Comfy Sheets. Now, Comfy Sheets you do wash in hot water, and that's partly because of their finish and their stain removing. However they make, I don't know how they make them or anything, but I talked to them yesterday to make sure that I wasn't giving you wrong information. But again, theirs is hot water and soap, no bleach, no peroxide, none of that stuff, because that will ruin how their towels, how their sheets work. Yeah, Comfy wasn't really around much when I had my B&B, maybe in the last year, and I had gotten some. And reluctantly, because I didn't think I'd like microfiber, and then I kicked myself because I wished I had used them. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about laundry and about the towels. People, you know, a lot of people put a lot of towels in their bathrooms, and if you put, you know, 4 towels in the bathroom and then you have 2 others sitting at the side, you still have to wash all of them. All of them, even if they don't look like they've been used, you have to wash them. And that is not just because of the COVID virus. It's because you should do that anyway. When I ran the hotel, you know, I had people that cleaned when I first went there, and it was like, if they saw, like, there were 4 pillows on the bed, and if 2 pillows didn't look like they were used, they wouldn't take the pillowcases off. Oh my gosh, I like wanted to melt into the floor. So, but again, like with towels are the same way. If a washcloth doesn't look like it's been used, doesn't matter. You still wash it. And I say wash. That's my Chicago coming out. But anyway, I want you to look at laundry detergent. People are in the business of selling laundry detergent. My cousin works for a big company. Like he said, you know, you get these jars and you open the jar up and you're supposed to fill the cap all the way to the top or almost to the top. No, about half of it is plenty, okay? Because it goes into the washer and it dilutes around and you're washing. The big thing is you have to do 2 rinses. That's really important because you want to get that soap out. And if you're finding like your towels are stiff, usually it's because you're not getting the soap out. And Paul and I were talking a little earlier. That is part of what makes them stiff. And she was saying that she was using vinegar, which I suggest. And I'm thinking more, Paula, maybe you're not using enough. I'm just working on this here. I'm just gonna have to come visit you and do a laundry.
I know you keep said that for years.
We've talked about that. So again, the thing is when you're doing your laundry, once you take from your washing machine and putting in the dryer, if you've got these clean and you have dirty hands, you're adding your germs back to the towels. So use your gloves, especially right now. Take your towels out, put them in your dryer, dry at the high heat, and you can dry at high heat. That will help kill any extra germs, but there shouldn't be any germs anyway. So I want you to think about no fabric softener. All fabric softener is doing is coating the fibers. Like if you put fabric softener into your washing machine, you're not getting those things, your fibers clean. Okay? So I want you to be sure no fabric softener. Now someone says, well, I want them to smell nice. If I'm coming to your inn, please don't make them smell nice because I'm allergic to that. And most people are. So quit using the fabric softeners. They soften the towels because they're coating the fibers. You don't want the fibers coated. Now, someone said, well, can I use fabric softener sheets? Have you ever felt a fabric softener sheet? That's oil on them. That's that stuff. And it's getting on your towels. It's doing the same thing. You really don't want to do that, okay? You want to make sure that you're giving your towels their chance to be really, really clean, okay? Hi, Jan.
Hampton like bed and breakfast.
And I'm going to mute out Miss Paula real quick since she's on her phone. Okay. So I'm trying to get back to, I've tried to explain to everybody, I've never done the Zoom like this before. So, you know, forgive me. I had to redo a bunch of lighting because all my lighting comes from behind. And you can see I put my poster up back over here. Okay, when you're doing your wash and doing your drying, one of the things that people are doing is you're overloading your washer, overloading your dryer. And someone said, well, I want to get it done. Do you realize that if you put less in the dryer, they'll dry much faster? Use if you have the dryer balls, those make a world of difference. And what that does is those are hitting in there to get your towels from sticking to each other so they're not getting dry. Okay, this is like the little fishy in the water. Anyway, so I want you to think about, do your laundry, put it in the dryer, don't overload. One lady said, well, I do 2 washer loads and 1 load in the dryer. No. Dry it shorter, you know. The other thing is, don't dry your towels till they're beyond hot dry. They can be a little bit, not quite damp, but a little bit, you know, lightly done so that you actually have a little bit of a not damp to them, but, you know, they're not hot dry. Then if you fold them right out of the dryer, they have that nice crease in them that is ready to go when you put them on your shelf, and then you take them out and you hang them. Fold them the way you're going to hang them. You know, a lot of you know that I do the thing where you know, do the fan shape with the washcloth into the hand towel. Well, I would fold my hand towels, you know, and go ahead and fold that little lip on them and fold them. And then I went ahead and did the little fan with my washcloth and actually put it in that little pocket. And then I would stack them so that when we were ready to do a room, we would go in and boom, it was done. So you had that all ready to go. So let's talk about, we're going to use a little bit less soap. But like right now, I don't want you to back off too much because we're trying to really work at killing the germs. But in essence, most of the time, we're using way too much soap. You're going to rinse them twice, dry them immediately. Don't leave your wash in your washing machine. All you're doing is you're asking for germs, and you get mildew and mold. I remember one time, I hate to tell this, I remember one time I was doing laundry, and I had done laundry and laundry and laundry. We'd had a full house. My husband and I did all of our own stuff for the first about 3 to 4 years. Stupid. Anyway, but you know, we went to bed one night and we were both really tired. The next morning I got up and I went to go do another load of wash, and I'd left a load of wash in the washing machine. Something you don't want to do, because just that quickly, especially in the middle of the summer, they will smell. I don't care what you do, they do. So then I had to rewash them all over again. So number one, I wasted water and I wasted soap, because you have to use soap again. Anyway, so those are things I want you to think about as you plan your day. If you're going to do 6 loads of wash, you know you've done 6 loads of wash and 6 loads of dryer. If you're only doing 3 loads, just remember that you're doing these make things more efficient for you as an innkeeper. And like I say, been there, done that, and hate to tell you how much I've been there, done that. Do I miss laundry? No, not at all. But I still have more laundry. I think my husband changes his clothes 3 times a day. Not really. I think maybe I do. But anyway, and don't mix. If you're using your home washing machine and doing your towels when you're in the same washing machine, okay, don't ever mix things. Don't mix things, okay? Don't, like, if you get think, oh, well, I'll just throw this pair of, you know, whatever, slacks in there if you have a dark load. Don't do that. Wash the bed and breakfast stuff separate from your own stuff. We used to do a thing that on Saturdays, because most of our things were stayover, we didn't have laundry. Saturday was our day to do our personal laundry. So just some ideas how you can save yourself some time and energy. You know, so many people say to me, oh, laundry is such a bore. Yeah, it is. I agree with you. But, you know, once you start your washing machine, you can go do other things. Just make sure you put the soap in. If you're going to do the vinegar, like I say, don't do it every time. Do it about every 4 to 5 weeks, and then put a whole cup of white vinegar. I told the story before, and there's a few new people. I had told this at a workshop one time, to put, you know, a cup of white vinegar in your water. After you've done all the soap and leave the stuff in, then do a cup of vinegar and run it through the load. That helps then you'll know. If you see suds in there when you do that, that means you're not getting the soap out of your towels, and that's why your towels are stiff. I don't want your towels to be stiff, but I don't want you using fabric softener either, because that doesn't solve the problem. It just makes the problem worse. Okay, so anyway, this girl called me and she goes, well, I did what you said, and oh my gosh, there was just soap all over the place. I said, oh, wow. She says, but I have a problem. She says, does the vinegar make your towels yellow? And I go, what? You know, and she goes, well, my towels kind of look a little bit yellow. And I said, okay, so what kind of vinegar did you use? And she goes, oh, I just went to my kitchen cabinet and got my vinegar. So needless to say, she had used apple cider vinegar. No, it has to be white vinegar, and preferably white distilled vinegar is the best. And when you go to the grocery stores now, there's a new vinegar cleaning compound. Don't buy that, because all it is they've diluted it with water. Okay, save yourself some money, okay? But again, a cup of white vinegar will make a world of difference in getting everything really cleaned out, all that out of your fibers. I am not a believer in some of the laundry detergents that are out there, because they have other chemicals in them. Make sure you read your labels. If you use Amway, it's a great product, and Amway doesn't have any fillers in it. A lot of the others have what's called fillers, and when you have a filler, it gets down into your fibers of your towels, and it doesn't come out. And so then that builds up over time, and then you have a dingy looking towel again. Now the vinegar will help eliminate that also. So just remember, those are just those little things that can make your life a whole lot easier when you're doing your laundry. Don't wash your sheets with your towels. Don't wash, your kitchen towels with your bed and breakfast towels. Just wash separately. That way you're making sure you're getting those germs out of there. I one time had a gentleman stay with me who was HIV positive. I washed his things totally separate from everybody, all my other laundry. Not because I had to, but I just felt safer with that. And if you have a situation with this COVID right now where somebody comes in and they get sick while they're there, you wash those things separately from your other laundry because you don't want to spread that germ around. And I hope and pray that none of you have that situation. Right now it looks like, I don't know about most of you, but I think most of the inns are still closed. This gives you a time to go through your inventory. It gives you time to go through and make sure your towels are good and clean. Somebody called me the other day and they said, so should I just wash all my towels again? I said, well, are they dirty? And she goes, well, they've been sitting for a month on the shelf. I said, so are they in an open shelf, someplace where there's getting dust all over them or what? She said, well, yeah. I said, well, maybe now's a good time to do the vinegar wash. Take those loads of towels and don't use soap on them. Just put them in your washing machine. Use the cup of white vinegar and wash them and then dry them. And when you're washing them, see if there's extra soap suds, because then you know you've been using too much soap. I know I'm a broken record on this. No bleach. If you need to use something to whiten, you can use peroxide. Peroxide is not caustic. Okay, or you can use OxyClean. And I use this example of the difference of Clorox to peroxide. And Paula, you heard this last time, but you can say, you can put into a little glass a little bit of peroxide, a little water, and use it as a mouthwash. You cannot do that with bleach. And Nancy, your question went away too fast for me there. Are you saying regular vinegar or the cleaning vinegar? And I'm saying the regular vinegar. Okay, because the cleaning vinegar, basically the cleaning vinegar that you're buying is a diluted regular vinegar. They have, they've just basically added water to it. And I got that from a company that makes it. I just said, what's the difference between that and a, and he said, well, I can't give you away my secrets. I said, yes, you can. And he says, all it is they've diluted it to make it a cleaning strength. So it has water. No, the cleaning vinegar is not technically stronger. Have you used any of it yet?
I'm just going to come off mute. Yes, okay. I have used a cleaning vinegar because it has a higher percentage than the distilled vinegar when it comes to making my cleaning products that I've used in the past, and it helps kill bacteria. It doesn't kill viruses, hence why I'm having to change my cleaning process. So that's why I was wondering about distilled versus a cleaning vinegar.
Okay, well, my understanding that I've gotten from a manufacturer of it is that it is not stronger. So that's interesting. And I will go back and address that with them. And I thank you for that information. Is it I'm trying to think. Peroxide comes in percentages. I don't know if the vinegar does the same thing or not.
I don't know. I just did a quick Google search and they said that regular white vinegar has a 5% acidic acid and 95% water, where cleaning vinegar has 6% acidic acid and 94% water. So
okay,
it's like that's opposite.
Okay, interesting. 1% difference.
And then the distilled vinegar is milder even than white vinegar.
I'm sorry?
That distilled vinegar is even different than white vinegar. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. I have not gotten that information. So But I will do some research on it because it's always important to get, you know, the right information. Has anybody else used vinegar for cleaning? Hi, Miss Julie. So one of the things that I think is important, we're really at the end now, and it's more for Q&A. We have a new towel out. Okay, yes, okay, Dana uses it. Okay, and are you using the, let me unmute you here real quick. Are you using it for cleaning only, or are you using it in laundry too?
I'm using both of them, but I used a lot for laundry. When we bought it, they had been using fabric softener in all their towels.
Oh, okay.
Yucky. So it took me probably 4 months, but I finally, through using the vinegar, and then I make the detergent that you gave me the recipe for.
Yay, okay.
So that, I got rid of all the fabric softener, and so it's been a year, but we're back on track.
Okay, very good. Great. I know it's when I bought my in, I had worked for Fieldcrest Cannon before I bought my in. So I had all these towels and I thought I was so smart. And like I say, I told them earlier that I had used a lot of different colored towels and that, and I made my laundry detergent. But, you know, I used fabric stuff because I didn't know better. And just after researching, and like I say, I have a cousin who works in the industry, and I just talked to him and I said, you know, what am I doing wrong? And then I met Barton from Turkish Towels, and I fell in love with the towels. And, you know, somebody said, so you retired? I go, no, I retreaded instead of retiring. So anyway, okay. Yeah. Any other questions, observations that anybody has? I'm going to unmute you all if you would like to be, if I can. Some of you have chosen to be muted yourself, so that's okay. And Annette has to be muted because she has dogs. So we're good. Okay. Yes, Annette. Usually that if you have stiff towels, it means you're not getting your soap out. And as Dana said, that it took her, what'd you say, about 3 months?
Months to get it, yeah.
Yeah, so it's just interesting. You can bring them back. Paula, there's hope.
Okay.
Hey, Twyla.
Hi, Julie.
Hi. So, yeah, I struggle with the stiff towels too, and the vinegar is quite effective. But I did read somewhere that you can damage your seals on your washer from them, and I did have to actually replace the seals on my washing machine.
From using vinegar?
Well, I don't know if that caused it. I never really put it together. It may not. It may have been incidental, but I did read that somewhere. So I guess I would caution maybe not to use it too often, or maybe consider an extra rinse. Okay. I don't know what you've thought about.
Interesting.
Because it's so acidic.
I've never heard that, but you know, that's a good point. Again, I will make notes of it and see, you know, do a little research on it.
The vinegar does work really well on the towels. I mean,
good.
But yeah, I thought that was interesting when I came across it with all the research I've been doing on all the COVID cleaning and different things. But
yeah, and this is just a time that I'm not an innkeeper anymore. I keep my husband, and sometimes it feels like I'm an innkeeper. But I bless all of you. Lots of prayers for you all as you're going through. It's got to be a real challenge knowing that you're bringing people into your quarters who can be germy. And I think a lot of you, as I said earlier, I'm dealing with a lung situation since my chemo and radiation. And I'm fine, just so you know, I'm fine. It did some damage to my lungs. So it makes me really nervous to be exposed to that kind of stuff. So, okay, Annette, do we have some specials coming? I'm going to be really honest with you. Thank you, Julie. We don't have any specials coming right now. And one thing I want you to kind of understand is the price that we give to you is half off. In fact, lots of times more than half of what we regularly retail out there. But one of the things, the new towel we have coming out called Kind Earth, it was supposed to be, like $165 a dozen, and now it's coming out, and the bath towel is $140 a dozen, and it's more into the Lexi and the Essence towel price range. So, it's really good. We're trying really hard. Price of cotton right now is atrocious, and we grow most of our own, but, we still have to purchase some, and, the market, and one of the hardest thing for us is because we do a lot of organic, even though your towels don't say they're all organic. A lot of your Zenith towels are really organic, but we can't advertise that because we don't have it quote unquote certified. But our organic towels and this new one that is organic are certified. And certification is really difficult because you have to have things out in your field that show that there's absolutely no chemicals going on. And this is all grown in Turkey. And yeah, we're a ways from Iraq and Iran and all that stuff. But when there's bombings and stuff in the area, it makes you really nervous, really nervous. So those are things we do. Okay. Annette, we don't have the wool balls anymore. We had gotten 200 sets in, and darn, I didn't sell enough of them. And so Bart got rid of them. I'll tell you who has some decent ones. Oh shoot, it's a group that was there at the conference a year ago that does different laundry detergent. I don't like their laundry detergent, but they do have good dryer balls. But you can pick them up at Walmart too. Just make sure they're made out of alpaca. And the difference is sheep wool and alpaca wool. Sheep wool tends to fall apart faster than the alpaca. And we had gotten our balls from an innkeeper in North Carolina, and I don't have her information, but I'll see if I can find it. And if I do, I'll send you a note. Did you all get my newsletter this last time that had the 2 lions on it? I was going to try to share that picture with you again. It's the picture of the 2 lions, and one's got are tigers, and it's real pretty and orange and black. And the other one is technically an albino tiger. And the one tiger says to the other, "I told you not to use bleach." And the other one says, "Shut up." So, I think that's going to be on all of my materials from now on, kind of as my thought process. So any other questions? We have 1 minute and going. Yes, Miss Paula, let me unmute you. Oops. Are you muted on yourself?
Unmute. Okay.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
How long did the dryer balls supposed to last?
Last.
How often do you replace those?
I have some that I've now had for 2 years, and they still look brand new.
Okay.
Okay.
So they still work in there.
And also the other optimum thing is make sure you put enough of them in your dryer.
2?
I use 4.
Oh, no. I didn't know that. I've been using 2.
I use 4. It helps keep things moving so that the towels will dry faster.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been just using 2.
Okay. Well, put 4 in. Did you get some from me?
I did.
All righty. Put 4 in.
Okay.
Okay. It'll work a little better. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions? Observations? Well, Annette, thank you. I appreciate you. I hope you've had a good time. Okay, thank you all. Our time is up according to my information. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know. I think we're supposed to be done at 3:30. Is that right?
Okay.
Thank you, Julie. Hi, Miss Jan.
Hey there.
How are you?
Good, good.
I saw you sneak in there.
Well, it's cold up here in New Jersey today.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Are you guys able to open yet?
No.
Okay, I didn't know.
They're talking June 1st at the earliest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, and truthfully, Twyla, we don't want the crowd of people. We don't want that influx on Memorial weekend, you know?
Yep.
So they're kind of looking for a soft opening.
Okay.
With accommodations at 60%. Like they don't want us full either.
Okay.
60% till June 22nd.
Okay. All right. Well, as we were talking earlier, this is a great time to kind of go through your inventories and stuff like that. I wish we had some flopper great specials out there, but
yeah, well, I think if I do rewash stuff, I think I will just do the vinegar thing.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Idea.
Although I'm
back into.
I'm pretty conservative on the detergent.
I'm sorry?
I'm conservative on the detergent.
There you go.
I do not over.
Yeah, you and I've talked about that before. That's good. So, well, thank you all again. I think I'm supposed to be done.
But where do we go from here?
I don't know. Let me see if I can. Oh no, where am I?
Maybe I'll hit leave meeting.
I think so. I think
it says oh, here we go. At 3:30, you can go to Heather's thing on idea sharing, or go to Elliot Dalton's on positioning your in for sale. So one is idea sharing roundtable, and the other one is positioning your in for sale. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you all.
Good talking to you, Twyla.
Okay. Thank you all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.